Hey, good morning. So let's scan. There's a possibility of AUD USD going above this high. The environment is bullish. The 10 EMA is above 20 EMA. At the same time, the last candle was closing above the high of the candle before it. So we can target for this high overall. In daily perspective, we are already going towards that high. For this candle, we already for today's candle, we already cleared the previous day's low, and right now we are impulsing towards upside. So it's possible that we're gonna get some good longing opportunity here. I'm gonna wait for a little more downside correction and then some good reversal towards upside so that I can target towards this high or maybe at least this around this kind of areas. So what I'm basically trying to do, I just try to do like line up my next candle bias with the exponential moving average environment. It's pretty much same story for NZD USD. The last weekly candle managed to close above the weekly high before it, like this high, previous weekly high, and it's giving me a vibe that it's highly possible that this week's candle is going to trade above this high and this high. So let's see if we can get any kind of short-term longing opportunity or not. We're already extended towards upside and we're correcting back lower right now. So yes, if we find any kind of good strong momentum coming in after a good after this correction, then we can go long and target towards this high. Pretty much simple thing. Same story as AUD USD. USD CHF weekly bias. Okay, for this one, it's a little confusing. Like the last weekly candle managed to clear all these highs and closed as a strong bearish candle, and it's giving me a vibe that it's highly possible that we're going to trade below this low. But the environment is bullish, so I'm just going to ignore it or skip it or rate it as a B grade. Similarly, the daily bias, the last daily candle was an insider bar. The candle before it was also an insider bar. And in this candle, our bias was bearish, but the environment is bullish, so we can ignore it. USD CAD already trading below the previous day's low and already previous weekly low. The environment in weekly perspective is bullish, so it's possible that the next this weekly candle is gonna like clear the previous weekly candle, drop a little more downside, and then start moving towards upside. And we will keep that like I will keep on like eye on that. I will keep an eye on that. Like I'm waiting for like 38.2% and then a good momentum towards upside. Let's see. Okay, USD JPY. This is gonna give us some good high quality long setup this week maybe. But the price action in intraday time frame 4 hours pretty noisy. If I take the reference of this last impulsive breakout structure towards upside, then I need to wait for a good closure above 38.2. Let's see if I find any good like environment shifted around this level or not. I'm still looking for shorts in gold. I'm looking for this lows to get cleared. We're already trying to like drop below lower from 20 EMA. We're rejecting from 20 EMA. And if we drop off Fibonacci on the this last impulsive move, then we're currently standing at 38.2. So if I find price closing below like 10 EMA here, in that case, I will start looking for shorts in lower time frames. We can still look for short, but the weekly bias is bearish, and we can easily target towards this lows. So in terms of 4 hour, if I find this candle closing as a strong bearish candle, in that case, I will start looking for shorts with a tight stop above this high. It's always better for like to let the Monday. price action to unfold a little, like because the main moves start coming after the London session of Tuesday. But still, let's see. This moves are possible, not completely ignorable at all. We cannot ignore the setups. Okay, you look at it. Looks like we can look for some sorts towards downside. That's a good break of structure, but nothing significant except 15 minute. Like only in 15 minute I can see a clean break of structure towards downside. In 1 hour, it's still stuck inside this range. Okay, we are stopped out in GBP AUD. We got stopped out and the GBP AUD and the USD CAD long that we was looking for on Friday. So basically we are down by 2 hour on Friday. But in terms of risk, I was risking around 10% of my daily stop in GBP AUD and around 25% of my around 20% of my daily stop in USD CAD. So it's not a bad deal at all. USD CAD is a B grade long somewhere around here. Just because we was going against we I was trying to go against the trend. That's why. Okay. Uh, we can see some really decent correction back lower in Euro USD. These are gonna be some really good high probability trade setups for the day. AUD USD, I'm gonna add this in my watch list. NZD USD, and there is nothing in USD CAD. USD JPY can give us some good tradable opportunities. Gold is definitely going to give us some good tradable opportunities if it managed to close this, if this 4 hour candle managed to close as a strong bearish candle. Euro JPY, there is nothing interesting here right now. We can look for shorts in Euro CAD, but the structure is not that clear, so I'm just skipping it. Okay. GBP JPY, it's possible that we're going to trade above the previous weekly high, but as the market is extended and a mean reversion is possible, so the probability of price clearing above this high is a little lower than usual, even though the pattern is pretty much clear. In daily perspective, we are already bouncing from like 38.2 level maybe. Yep. But still, it's kind of low probable because we are extended towards upside. Let's see. Let's see. As I'm already looking for longs in USD JPY, so I can ignore the GBP JPY. GBP CAD, there is nothing. We can look at this. Like the daily bias is bearish, right? Because the previous daily candle managed to close below the low of the day before it. But the environment is bullish, so it's better to ignore this kind of thing. GBP AUD. Overall, the environment is bullish. We can still look for longs, I think. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one too. It's possible that it's gonna give us some good longing opportunity, but like before getting in, I'm gonna wait for price to strongly close above 10 EMA at least. I'm just gonna keep this in my watch list and let's see how it unfolds. There is nothing in GBP CHF, AUD CAD, nothing. We already swept below the previous day's low. AUD JPY is highly possible that we're gonna go above this high and maybe this high in long term. And pretty much same story as AUD USD. After a corrective phase lower, we can start looking for longs in AUD JPY and target towards higher price, maybe this high and this high in long term. Let's see how it unfolds. I'm gonna set my alert over here. I'm gonna ignore AUD CHF because the like swaps are hilarious nowadays on AUD CHF. The spread, the swap. The liquidity is shitty. Okay, NZD USD, NZD CAD, pretty much same story as NZD USD. The weekly bias is bullish. We can target towards this high. We can target towards this high, but we are extended towards upside, and it's possible that price is going to drop a little lower, correct a little lower towards the mean. So it's better if we just ignore it. So this is basically my watch list for now. In terms of weekly perspective, yeah. Okay. I'm looking for longs in GBP AUD after a good rejection in lower time frame, and they close above 10 EMA in intraday perspective. I'm also looking for longs in AUD USD after a decently good correction back lower and good momentum shift towards upside. I can target towards this high and maybe this highs for the short term. Pretty much same story in NZD USD, which is a little more high probable than AUD USD, and the reason is we are very near to these levels. Okay. I I also have USD JPY in my watch list because we are currently at around this highs that we are trying to clear from last few weeks, maybe. Yep, last 2 weeks, and the last weekly candle was bullish, and it's highly possible that we're going to trade above this previous weekly highs, this highs. So USD JPY is also in my watch list. I'm gonna monitor price. I'm waiting for a strong closure upside so that I can start looking for longs. And pretty much same thing on gold. I'm looking for a good bearish candle closure in 4 hours so that I can short it and target towards this lows. And it looks like that we're gonna get some really good bearish candle closure, even though we still have like 3 hour left for the 4 hourly candle to close. So yeah, that's all from my side, and see you soon on the next session, guys. Have a great day.